Hey guys, Karibo Bros here. We're back with another Yu-Gi-Oh! Speed Duel deck profile. This is an older deck from last format. Still excellent. One of my favourite decks of the format, and I believe, Ant, is your favourite deck of Speed Duel.
Yeah, massively. Yeah, when we mass uploaded
Over lockdown.
over lockdown, this was one of the decks I kind of liked a lot. Just the fact that it decked in is quite easy, and someone's a big skeleton dude that's really funny.
Well, Skull Servants, Legend of Blue Eyes card, one of the originals. Back in the day, you pulled this in a pack, you were disappointed because it was awful, but I don't know, everyone seems to just like it.
Yeah, it's a fan favourite to quite a lot of people.
Yeah.
But especially in Beetle, it's a different deck, isn't it?
The skill makes it.
The skill's fantastic. Just being able to dump every turn is really good. But we'll get straight into it. We'll talk about this list as we go along and why we're playing certain cards. So we'll start with three of the main card. You have to play three of
the Scully Boy himself.
Skull Servants. You need this to be able to bump up your king, because it is Skull Servants in the grave, obviously. So you need to play three of them, and drawing them's not terrible in this list actually. And we'll get round to the reason why. Three king, fantastic card. Basically self-explanatory again. It's a must-have at three. You want to see it. You want to see it, search it. You want to just have access to it because it is just big, and it is basically your win condition of this in the deck. If it's destroy a battle, you can banish a Skull Servant and summon it back. Yeah, it's pretty good. Moving on, we are playing three copies of probably arguably another really good monster in the deck. This searches the Skull Servants as well. Or the King of the Skull Servant, should I say. It's really, really good. The actual milling part of this deck, this card is actually going to come up in this format. We've done some brief testing against the
Destiny Hero Dragoon deck.
The Destiny Hero Dragoon deck, and this milling cards like Plasma and Dogma really kind of hurts the deck. And then just milling good cards in general is really good as well. The fact that it searches is more important than. And then we played two Zombie now. We're only playing two.
We took it down from three.
Yeah, I found the free because it doesn't cycle itself. It only cycles like the king or a small Skull Servant, which you really wouldn't do unless you were in like dire situation where you had to like chop block an attack. It's only really cycling king or zombie, goblin zombie, and it's like at this point like you should already be set up. So it's nice to have. It's also nice to have just as a 14 body, but it's pretty much the only reason we play it at two. We don't really want to see it in the hand. It's just nice to have. This is where the deck now starts to deviate from past lists, and this is more tailored towards the new Dragoon deck. So we're playing two Tribute to the Doomed, and two Creature Swap, and two Night Beam.
Right, so what most people are going to look at this list is going, why are we playing Night Beam over Cyclone?
And this. Okay, so we'll talk about these cards individually. So, we'll talk about Knock last. So we'll talk about Tribute the Doomed. So Tribute the Doomed helps us initially buy that little window of time where we can pop the Dragoon and get in with a big 3k, 4k monster for game. So that's good. This also helps with drawing the vanilla. So if you draw the vanilla into an established board, normal the vanilla, swap it out, crash into the vanilla, you get the vanilla in the grave, and you gain something from it with one of your opponent's monsters. Very good. Also very good against Dragoon. Night Beam. That Dragoon deck plays burn cards like Zoma and Nightmare Wheel. It also plays a burn card in the fusion itself, burns. So paying life points is a premium now. Like, life points actually matter in this format from what I've found out in the past like day or two of testing. So this is just fantastic. Like, it's MST essentially, not a quick play. It doesn't really matter that it's a quick play. There's not really want to be hitting outside of Nightmare Wheel in the battle phase, but
well, the one trade-off is you can't hit Parasite with that card, but yeah,
it's a trade-off I'm willing to sacrifice. Like, we do side the Cyclone, so you know if I don't win game one against insects, it's straight into the side and side for that. And then Knock. The reason we play Knock is because we play 3 Floodgate Trap Hole, and this has very, very, very good synergy with this. This buys you turns against the Dragoon deck anyway. By just setting the Dragoon, they kind of have to revert to Summon and Plasma, or Blast Sphere and Stalling, and it gives you so much time to set up. This will buy you turns, this card alone. It's just nice that if you can Floodgate it and then find this, it's just so free, and then literally you just get rid of their best card. It doesn't trigger it because it's not going to be in the graveyard, it's going to be banished. It's also really good against the Koichi as well, being able to just banish that. Take 3 of their draw engines out the deck. It's really good. It's just good for set monsters anyway. It's a really good card. I'd consider playing 2 in the main possibly, but you know, it's a little bit more situational, whereas these are very, very like active straight away. So yeah, that's it for the main deck. I was quite happy with that. Moving on to the extra deck, we literally just play 6 names. We're not playing Waking the Dragon, but we want people to think we're playing some kind of deck, I guess. So it really doesn't matter, the extra deck. Like, you could optionally not play one. The side deck, 2 Tribute to the Doomed, Offering the Doom, sorry. Again, really good card. Spot and Removal is really going to be important, I think, for this deck. Just having to out cards without using the battle phase, basically, because this deck is battle phase gimmick, where you're trying to kill them with a big monster. It's essentially it. Like, there's no spells and traps to do anything unless you play them. The can for the insect deck, yeah, it's like Regeki for that deck, really, isn't it? And then 2 Cyclone and second knock. Again, we just spot removal is just so good. And the deck actually doesn't need it because it is quite consistent, just being able to dump cards in the grave and just see key pieces like 3 ofs, like your Goblin Zombie and your King of the Skull Servants. And if you're not seeing them, well, you're just going to sit on like a spot removal for a bit until you do see them, and every turn you're just going to deck them anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, we were happy with this list. It's been clapping
Dragoon all
night, which is kind of funny because everyone's on that for the hype because it is a good deck. Like that card alone is good, but you know, if you just tailor a deck towards it, it kind of just has no grind game at all. So I think Skull Servants is a good show for this one.
I think it's been the most it's had the deck
most longevity.
Had the most longevity because obviously it came out in the first set and it was somewhat relevant then as well. Yeah. All right, well, thanks for that answer, guys. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe.